Okay. So we'll draw the plan first. So draw it up the top of your sheet, guys, somewhere. And again, it's using your 60-30 degree set square, so it's nice and handy. Okay, you can start drawing it. Hopefully you have it in front of you, or on your computer screen even. I'm going to start there, so that line I know is at 30 degrees. And then down here, then we need to make a 60 degree angle, so we can just extend that one down there. And the length then is 90 along here. So the length of that is 90. And then again, take a 60 degree line down there, and then we're splitting that up into 230, so it's 60 altogether. And you split it up, and take your lines back, like that. And then there's a little bit of detail then to draw on it for a kind of dormer window, and that is 20 by 30, and it's right in the middle. Okay.
Sir, I can't see what you're drawing. I can only see the web, like the.
Oh, you can only see the question, can you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we see now? Okay, can we see it now, guys? I just had the wrong screen on there. Okay. So you can see here, I just started drawing the question. All right. So the length of this is 90, and this is 60, but I split it up into 230s. Okay, now we're going to draw the dormer window in here. Okay, so to get the window, we have to get the center point. So you split 90 into 45. Take that line back, then we get a point there, and I think it was 30 by 20, was it? Yeah, so 30 by 20. So if you come 15 either side here, that'll give you your 30 for the length of it, and then it's 20 then this way. There's people trying to get in here, so get them in before we go any further. Okay. So, alright, so again, that's the plan drawn for this question. As I say, guys, it's up in Google Classroom there for anyone who came in late. It's the 2010 ordinary level question that we're doing. Okay, that's the exact same stuff as last week. We're just reinforcing the learning we done last week. There's going to be nothing new in it this week. So I'm just going to go over, guys, and darken in the lines here. Any lines that aren't construction lines, so that you can see them better on the screen, hopefully. Anyone got any questions at this stage? Over it. Okay. So there's a line in the middle then for the centre, like that. Okay, guys, so that's the plan drawn. Alright, so as I say, this is the 2010 ordinary level question. Okay, so the other details then, the spectator is straight down from corner A, so I'm just going to label corner A here. So we're given corner A in the question, and that's corner A. Alright, so that's our corner A there. And the spectator is down 70, I'm pretty sure, just let me double check here. The spectator is down 70. And then there's 30 for the horizon line. Okay, so we have all the measurements now we need to get the spectator. Okay, so to get the spectator point, it's a straight line down from corner A, and the distance is 70 millimeters. So once you measure 70, you get a point here. So we'll highlight it. That is my spectator point there. Okay, so it's down here from corner A, straight down, a distance of 70 millimeters. Okay. So as always, guys, then to get our picture plane, which is going to go through corner A, we're told in this question, we need to join these two outside points to our spectator and bisect the line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So join the two outside points back to your spectator, like that, and like that. Okay. You can see I have these two lines coming down here. Then we're going to bisect it back to first year TG. Set your compass to any length, doesn't matter. Keep it fairly small. Put your point at the spectator. Draw an arc, basically, that joins your two lines together. And then using your compass, then you're going to find the centre by drawing an X. So you put your compass at the same length, swing an arc there. You're going to go to the other side then, swing another arc, and you should get where it crosses. So that's my crossing point there. So you're going to join that back to your spectator then. Join the spectator through that point. We get this line coming up, so what we've done is we basically halved that angle. Okay? In other words, we bisected it. Now, you can use your sliding set squares, or what you can do is line up your set square with that line, going through here, and then line it up with corner A as well. So with my bisector line here, I've lined up my set square, I've lined up the other end of it, going through corner A. So what I can do now is draw my picture plane, which is coming down there, and I'll just extend it over the other side. If you have an adjustable, this will be handy. Or even, you can use your sliding set squares as well. Okay, that's the picture plane. So I'll darken it and I'll put it in green just so you can see it differently. Alright, so PP is for picture plane. Okay. So the next thing then we can set up is, we may as well set up our horizon line and our ground line. And we're told in the question today that the ground line, that the horizon line is 30 millimeters above the ground line. Okay. So at the same angle, so I'm just going to get another set square here, and I'm going to use the sliding set squares this time. So okay, so line up one of your set squares with your picture plane. Put the other one here at the side, up alongside it. Keep your hand on this one at the side, don't let it move. And then you can slide this one up and down, and it should always be at the same angle as your picture plane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my line down to here. Go down another bit actually. So it's only 30 millimeters. So I'm going to draw my horizon line first. Doesn't really matter which one you draw first, as long as it's 30 millimeters apart. Okay, so that's going to be my horizon line, and then we're told the the horizon line and the ground line are 30 mil apart. So measure down 30, and again you can set up your set squares, slide it down. That'll allow you then to draw your ground line. Okay, or what you can do, I came down 30 here, you can come down 30 somewhere else, and you can join your points together. If you do that nice and neatly, it should be the same angle. Okay. Again, then that will be your ground line. So we now have our plan drawn, we have our spectator found, we have our picture plane drawn, and you can see we have our ground line and our horizon line drawn as well. I'm just going to have to adjust the camera before we go any further, just to get the full kind of image on the screen for you. Can you see everything there, guys? Let's see. That's probably as good as I'm going to get it there. I don't know what that's like. Can you see it alright? As long as you can see most of it, I know. Alright. Camera won't really go any wider than that. Okay, I know you're probably missing maybe the top corner here, but you'll be alright with that. So the next step then, guys, is supposed to get we can get our two vanishing points. Okay, so again you create, I suppose, a 90-degree angle here nearly at the spectator. What you're really doing is you're coming parallel to the two edges of our plan. Okay, and that will give us a 90-degree angle. Okay, so you can do your sliding set squares here if you want. Alright, so you can, well actually we don't need to, because didn't we draw the plan at 60 and 30 degrees, didn't we? So we did. So this angle is 60 degrees. So from the spectator, I can draw a line up there, 60 degrees. And you can do the same then. The other side then should be 30 degrees. Okay. I'll just give you the view of this in the PowerPoint I had set up, if I can find it here. So I'm way behind. I was meant to set this up and didn't. But basically, this is as far as we've got. So what we've done here is we've drawn these two red lines, okay, which are parallel to the surfaces here and here. What we're going to do then is take them straight down then to our horizon line, and that gives us our two vanishing points. Okay. I'll go back to my screen here now, and we'll draw that. So you can see my 2 points are here and here. So I'll just highlight them here for you. 1 and 2. Then guys, they come down then at 90 degrees to your picture plane. So you can set up your set square at 90 degrees here, or you can use your sliding set squares if you want. And take that line down then at 90 degrees to the horizon line. And I'm going to do the other one while I'm at it. Okay, so we're level here, coming down at 90 degrees to the horizon line, and that gives you your two vanishing points. So I have vanishing point 1 here, and vanishing point 2 there. Alright. What we can do now as well is we can take our spectator down to the ground line. Okay, it's the same idea. So take our spectator down. No, we'll take it down in a minute actually. Has everyone got this much set up? Has anyone got any questions on what we've done there? So hopefully you have your plan, your spectator, your picture plane going through corner A, then your horizon line and your ground line, which are 30 mm apart, and then we've found our vanishing points, we've taken them down. So we've vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2. Your vanishing points will always be on your horizon line or your height line. Okay. So going back now to, don't know if this helps you or not, but it might help you visualize it a wee bit better. Okay, in the PowerPoint here, so we have this done. And the next thing, as I said then, is we'll take through the spectator. So we already should have the spectator joining to corner A. Okay, it's pretty much a straight line. What we're going to do now is we're going to take our spectator straight down. Okay, so straight down. Because corner A touches our picture plane, we can just take it straight down, and that gives us corner A down in our ground line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll have to take our heights then from the question that we're given. There's an elevation in the question. We'll look at that in a minute. Okay, so corner A here is on the picture plane, which means it's going to be on the ground line. So similar to the way we took down our two vanishing points, line up your set square, take corner A straight down, this time to the ground line, and if you want, I'll just mark it here, so that's corner A. Okay, everything is coming down at 90 degrees to our picture plane. Alright. Okay, so that gives us corner A. And I'm just going to have a look at the question to see what heights we have. So the heights we have here, so we have a 15 millimeters, there's 50 then for the dormer, and 65 is the overall height of the roof. Okay, so you can see them here, 15 millimeters here, 65 there, and we have 50 millimeters here. Okay, so then you can just measure, so I've gone a step ahead here, but you can just measure your 15 up here, and you can join them 2 points then to the vanishing point on either side, and that kind of gives us our starting point. Alright, so back here now. So I'm going to come up here 15 millimeters. You can use your compass or you can use your set squares, whatever you want. So that's 15. So I'm going to join these points lightly back to the 2 vanishing points. So the bottom line, the 15 line, both to vanishing point 1, and then do the same thing then for vanishing point 2. So the ground line, or point A, and then the 15 millimeter line. Okay, so you can see then we have our question. It's going to start, it's going to be in here. To get our 2 endpoints then, we already have these joined to the spectator. My 2 yellow lines here, where they cross the picture plane, I get a point here, I get a point here. Again, they'll come down at 90 degrees to the picture plane, and that'll kind of give us our 2 edges here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, take them down. So you line up your set squares, use your sliding set squares, or if you have an adjustable set square, it'll be handy. Take your line down straight like that, and then do the same to the other side. just like that. Take that point down. Okay, you can see then this kind of surface here is going to be in here, and then this edge is going to be inside here. Okay, and what that looks like then on the PowerPoint, which might be easier to see, is so we're taking these lines down, get a point there. You can do the same here on the other side, and you get a line there. Okay, if you want, you can darken on them lines at this stage as well. Okay, like that. Alright. The next thing then we want to get is the gable height. So the gable height was 65 millimeters. Okay, so at this point here, and this point here, what we can do is join them to the spectator. Okay, so join it to the spectator. Where it crosses our picture plane, take a straight line down, and that will give us a line coming down here in the center. So you can take it the whole way down if you want. And then we're going to measure up 65 millimeters. Okay, and join it to our vanishing point, and then you should get your point here, the apex, and you can just join your two sides together like that. Okay, so that's the camera. So we're going to do that now. Okay, so this point here, you could take this point as well, but we kind of see the gable here, which is the reason for taking this point instead of that. Okay, it's kind of hidden, the gable's hidden at this side. So we'll take this point, join it to our spectator, so like that. Where it crosses my picture plane, I get a point there. I'm going to take that point then down at 90 degrees, like every other point or every other line. Take it down here at 90 degrees, so we get a line here. You can then set your compass to 65. So I'll use the compass this time. So set the compass to 65. You can use your set square if you want. So 65. So from A, swing your arc around like that. Where it touches our point coming down here is there. Okay. You're just going to then join that back to your, sorry, it's there, I'm on the wrong line. So point there. Okay, ignore that. So it's on the A line, so it's there. We're going to join that back then to vanishing point 1. Like that. Okay. So just ignore that, guys, I was just on the wrong line there. So it's on A here, the corner that touches the ground line, up at 65. Join it back to your vanishing point. That then gives you a point, which for me is there. And what we'll do is we'll darken on our lines at this stage, just so you might be able to see mine a little bit better then as well. So we have a dark line here at the base, and corner A, and that side, and then these two then just join back up to there. Okay. It's a fairly steep pitch of a roof when we look at it in perspective. Okay, so that's kind of our gable end there. Alright, I'll just darken on this line while I'm at it. Along there, there, and this is a dark line too, I think. Yep, you have a dark line there as well. Alright, so that's kind of all the lines that we've got at the minute. Okay. The next thing which we could do is we could join that point to our vanishing point, but we have a window in here, remember, to get, which is 20 by 30, and it's up a height of 50, was it? Guys, anyone got any questions on what I've done here so far before we do move on? So we're nearly done, so we're... No? Okay. So I'm just going to look at the height here. So yeah, it's 50 from the base up until we get this point here. Alright. So I'll just advance the PowerPoint for you just to see first, so you have an idea of what we're going to do or what I'm going to draw. So we have to start, so yeah, that there line that I was saying you could take down, you can take that down as well. Alright. You can take the opposite side down then, and what that will do is that will give us a point over here. And that will allow us to just get a line coming up here for the other gable roof. Alright. So you join this point here to your spectator where it crosses the picture plane, which is here. Take that line down straight, and you can just join them points together. Okay, that will just complete the roof for you. Okay, and then what we're going to be looking at then is the window part. Okay, which is here in the 3D view. Okay, so obviously we're going to have to take all the 4 corners and join them to our spectator. Where they cross the picture plane, then we can take our lines down. Okay, so you can see you join all your points to the spectator, take them down. Okay, so we'll go ahead and draw that, and then we'll have to get a height line, which is something we done last week as well. Okay, so we'll finish off the roof first of all, if you haven't already done it. So just join this point back to the spectator, or the vanishing point on the other side. So vanishing point 2 in my case. Okay, and then join the other end of the roof, or the other end of the apex, back to the spectator. Where it crosses the picture plane, you get a point, which is there. Take it down then at 90 degrees. So when you take it down then at 90 degrees, you get that point there. Okay, so I have that point there. And you just join them together. That will complete your roof for you. Like that. Okay, and that's our roof surface completed, so we just need to get the window now on it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take down the 2 back corners first of all, join them to the spectator, where they cross the picture plane, take them down straight, and that will give us 2 points on the top of the roof. So if you look at the question, you'll see that them 2 points are on the top of the roof. Okay, so we can get them very easily at the start. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do that if you haven't done it already. So join the 2 of them to the spectator. If you want, you can label them A and B or something if you wanted to. Where they cross the picture plane, I have a point here and a point there. Okay, again, take them down till they touch the top surface of the roof. So down across there. I get a point there. And then for B, they should be fairly close together when you take them down. Get a point there. Okay. So 2 points there now. So go back to our PowerPoint then. So I think we have advanced that far. Yeah, so we have these 2 points. So the next stage then is to get a height line. So if you remember, we done this last week as well. So basically, because this surface here, we have a height, but it's not actually touching the picture plane. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to extend the line out here that touches our picture plane. Alright, or at least it goes out to the edge, and then we can join that point to our spectator and take the point down as normal. That will allow us to get both these 2 points at the front. Okay, so in theory, or in practical I suppose, what you're going to be doing is, so I'll get a different colour here, so I have a red colour here. This line here, or this kind of surface, I'm just going to extend it to that point there. Okay, so I'm just extending that to the edge. Then I'm going to join it to the spectator. So again, the reason we're doing this is because there's a different height here, which is 50, but it's not actually on A, which touches the picture plane, so we need to make it touch the picture plane. So we extend it, join it to the spectator. It crosses the picture plane there. Take that point down straight. Straight line down. We get that point there. So take it down straight. So you can see my lines coming down here. Okay, so then on the PowerPoint you can see we have this line. No, I didn't extend it yet. Okay, so that's it there. Okay, so you can see it touches the edge of the roof, roughly in the middle of this line. It's not exactly, it's probably, looking at mine, it's probably closer to the bottom than it is the top. But you get a point here somewhere. You can then join that to your vanishing point across there. And then take your 2 points down to the spectator where they cross the picture plane even. Take the 2 points straight down and you get them 2 points there. Okay. So go ahead and do that. So you can see now my point here is literally just above my horizon line. So you'll see it here now when I draw it. It's just above the horizon line there. Okay, so there's not much of a difference there in the horizon line. So just so you can see how accurate you are, it's about 2 millimeters above the horizon line, that point, where it crosses this line there. Okay, join it back to the vanishing points, and then we're going to take these two front corners, join them to the spectator. So we get 2 points then, which are here, so we'll call that C and D. Take them down straight. We start off with C here. Take it down straight. I get a point there. Sorry, it's there, just above the horizon line. And then D, take it down, again, goes to there. So if I darken them in, it will look like that. I won't darken that line in, you won't see all of that. Okay, so just darkening that much so far. Okay, this line coming up here, we won't actually see it all, because if we go back to our 3D, or go back to the question even, you can see here, okay, there's kind of a front face on it. We actually need to find this line here, or this line here, which is up 50 millimeters. Alright, so we need to go back and find that before we can finish off our question. Okay, so what you're going to do is extend, so this kind of red line I took, or it's a green line here in the PowerPoint, extend it until it touches our picture plane. So we've done this last week to get a different height line. That's not on a point that touches the picture plane. You extend it until it does touch the picture plane. Then take it down at 90 degrees to the picture plane, down to your ground line, and then you can set your distance, which in this case is 50. Mark it, take it back to your vanishing point, and that gives you your line to finish off the question. Alright, so we'll do that now in practice. Okay, so you can see here I have this line, it only extends to the surface, so I'm going to now extend it to the picture plane. Okay, extend it on out to the picture plane, touches the picture plane there. Come then down at 90 degrees, so I'll continue this line in red just so you can see it. You have a lot of lines now in your drawing starting up here, so I'll take that down until it touches the ground line, and then the distance is 50, so you can set your compass, or again you can use your set square if you want, setting that to 50, so from the ground line, swing an arc, I'll get a point then here. Okay, join that back to the vanishing points. Well, you only need vanishing point 2 for this question, like that, and you get your points then where they cross there and there. Okay, so that's the question done. Then just join your points together. So that one goes up there, and that one goes back to B, back to there, and you'd see a line here then as well. Okay, that's the question completed. So that's the 2010 question for ordinary level. Okay, stop the